Hello and welcome to our capstone project presentation. Today the team and I will be showing you our project, building an analytics dashboard and exploration tool for the MIT library. Let's get started. So to give you a rundown of the group members, they consist of Ishwar, Aisha, Wenjing, Josephat and myself, James. Our client is Lucas Bryan, the librarian at Melbourne Institute of Technology, located in the Argus building, Latrobe Street in Melbourne. So let's give a bit of a rundown and introduction to our project. So the need and justification of the MIT's library was scrutinised throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. The academic board required details about spending and statistics of the library, of the library's budget, to see what was gained from the expenses. So the academic board required what benefits and improvements it was making to the institute by having those costs. So the team compiled spreadsheets from a series of services and subscriptions to form a monthly report to then hand to the academic board. The process was this. Although it was working, the process was lengthy and required heavy human data cleaning and input, so it wasn't feasible to do for a long period of time. So our solution and our aim. So our aim was to simplify and resolve this problem and to create a visual data analytics dashboard to simplify, extract and present MIT's library reports on a monthly status. So to give you a bit of a current situation and background, so MIT already uses Google Analytics 4 for basic data analysts. Big institutes use Drupal, Power BI and homegrown interlibrary loan, or ILL for short. The benefits of this project provides MIT with the decision-making power moving forward as they continue to grow and expand to further understand their successful and more helpful services and subscriptions. I'm now going to hand over to Wenjing to explain about the problem domain. Thank you.
Thank you, James. I will continue the problem domain research question, requirement, and specification. So the first problem is quality of data. MIT library database consists of data in the form of HTML, text, CSV, and PDF, which are completely distant from each other. The second problem is information update automation. With the use of the advanced application like Power BI and its connector, the task can be simplified to a certain extent, but still overwhelming. The third problem is feature and metric selection. So within this project, we have multiple data available with some unwanted features as well. So we need to select the useful feature and metrics based on the requirement. The last problem is data complexity. Having to import data manually and integrating the information for automate can be a challenging task. So you're discovering ways to automate the collection of data. As for the research question, the first question is what will the dashboard decide? With the various features and the tables available, it is predominated to discover the types of graphs and analytics to be used, as well as the rows and the columns. And as for the data frequency and its type, for seamless integration and automation, the data type is origin and the recurrence should be tracked down. As for the visualization tool, with various powerful business intelligence tools available, the ones that fit our need must be picked according to the requirement. So who will be the end user of the analysis report is important. Like we need to consider the end user's capability as well as their needs. In addition, the audience should be considered. So how do we automate the data integration? We can think about the key performance indicator. Is this a good option? And also, will the data provider align with the needs that can they guarantee a consistent format of the data every time? So for the project requirement, first, the function requirement include we need to analyze two types of data. One is website and the discovery generated from LibGuides and Google Analytics, and the e-resource usage generated from different vendors like IEEE, EasyProxy. Also, the proposed products should have the capability to import and export files of different formats, as we mentioned before, the data quality issue. Also, due to the data complexity, the project also can using data manipulation software for data running. Also, the dashboard can help the management team make evidence-based decisions. For the non-functional requirements, it should be user-friendly dashboard and a state-of-the-art one. Also, due to the limited budget, it should be cost-effective in terms of the subscription. For the specification, the proposed analytics dashboard allows one-to-one interaction with the stakeholders and the clients, and multiple visualization methods, including graphs, charts, and scatter plots, are used. To support decision-making, high-level business intelligence will be applied, like trend prediction and comparison. For the hardware requirement, it is available for Windows operating system and a minimum of 1 GB through recommended 4 GB. That's all my part, and I will pass to Aisha. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinjin. Here I'll be speaking about comparison among different tools, which are Tabula, Power BI, and ClickSense. All the tools which are available in the market, with simple drag and drop, we can achieve the visualization. The trial versions are available for both Tabula and Power BI, but ClickSense doesn't provide the trial version. Coming to the connectivity, Power BI has more connectivity compared to the other tools. For instance, Tabula can connect to the e-commerce website. Power BI has achieved that. But there is a little bit disadvantage with the Power BI, that is, we can't directly create the dashboards. That can be achieved by simply downloading the templates available in the market. Power BI supports us, gives us support using phone, mail, and live chat. Whereas for the Tabula, the support request must be raised, and then we have to follow through that. Power BI supports all the Windows, Mac, and Linux operating systems, whereas ClickSense only supports Windows operating system. Last but not the least, Power BI is a lot cheaper compared to the other tools. Here I'll be speaking about the high-level diagram. In this, that can be achieved with the 3 stages, which is getting the data from all the devices, and the second stage is ELT processing, which is extract, transform, and load data. Here the data wrangling and data cleaning will be happening, and then the uploaded data can be visualized in the visualization tools such as Power BI, and through that we can gain the analytics with that. And in this use case diagram, the system administrator can upload the data, or whatever the system issues arrived, that can be checked by the system administrator. The developer can create reports and view or modify that particular reports, whereas end user can see all the reports or the graphs which are available in the dashboard. In this activity diagram, each task is divided under other activities, such as in the web service, all the data acquisition can be happening. And in Power BI tool, all the data wrangling, data cleaning, and visualization and creating the dashboard can happen in Power BI. And after creating the dashboard, when the link is shared to the end user can see all the visualizations achieved in the Power BI. And in project planning, in the left-hand side, we can see in detailed report about all the project proposals and how much duration it has happened, and who are the resources working on that. And in the right side, we can have the detailed chat view in the form of a chat. My colleague Joe will take up from here.
Thank you, Ayesha. I'll be doing the software development methods. For the implementation and design, we have followed the waterfall methods. And for the implementation and testings, we have followed the agile methods. This is the waterfall methods. In waterfall, each stage of the workflow needs to be completed before moving to the next step. The waterfall is well suited for a project, as the objectives are clearly outlined from the beginning. Design, once you understand the project requirements, the next step is to come up with ways to design the solutions that meet the client requirements, which are to develop an easy-to-use analytic dashboard and exploration tool. For the implementation, this could involve collecting data and inspecting whether the design is able to support the requirements. For the verification during this phase, you take the implementation you created in the phase 4 and test whether it it validates your requirement. And for the maintenance, which is the last stage, once it has gone through the validation and verification, the system still needs to be maintained. During the maintenance, we'll be designing strategies for updating and upgrading. Next slide. For the budget breakdown, from the pie chart above, running cost is equivalent to 1%. For the Microsoft Power BI, is going to be equivalent of 0.5%, and the labor which you see it has covered 98.4%. For the components, Microsoft Power BI, it's going to cost us around figures of $164.04. For the workstation, the internal MIT computers, nothing will be awkward since it's already provided. We won't be incurring any charges. For the labor development, it's going to be 29,600. Running cost for workstation for the 12 weeks required is going to be 315 and 36 cents, and the total amount required for the entire project is going to be 30,077 and 36 cents. This is the detailed breakdown of the budget. So for the building an analytic dashboard and exploration tool, labor and expenditure reporting. So the project proposal, so the request, acceptance, and approval is going to cost 1,760. Business understanding, so meeting objectives and research is going to cost us 3,200. Data understanding, 8,300. Data preparation and cleaning, formatting, and transformation, it's going to cost 11,200. Modeling, which include methodology, modeling, access modeling, it's not going to cost us anything. For the validation, it's going to cost 1,280. For the visualization, which entails graphing, so it's going to cost us 480. So testing the system is going to cost 1,920, and handouts, so the final testing, so the project rollover and completion, is going to cost us 1,440, and the total is going to amount to 29,600. I'm going to pass this to Ishwar.
Thank you, Joe, for passing over to me. So what we can see basically on the screen is the prototype for our dashboard after the completion of the project, which will also be enhanced further. So right now we have different sort of charts like column chart, stack chart, and pie chart and line graph as well. So this is what we will be seeing in Power BI as a developer. But this one here on the other slide is actually what the end user would see, because this is all sort of just getting you to use some sort of filters, but then you'll be limited to the editing functions and everything, because that's only available to us, which is the developers like this. So we'll be having all sort of editing and everything, and then we'll be having the shared link or shared PowerPoint slides just like this for the end users, which is all interactive as well. Right, so if we get back to the slide, and then so why are we using all this visual instead of the other one? So basically using a gauze pie chart differentiates a lot of information. So first of all, let's talk about gauze. Why are we using a gauze? Because it's basically is a business indicator which denotes a key value, just like so for instance in our case it would be the showing of exact number of the link clicks. Right, and then why are we using pie chart? Because pie chart actually visualizes the statistical and analytics results in a clear format, and then we'll be using, or we are using, clustered column chart, which basically compares different sort of multiple series of the graphs. And then we have funnel, which basically shows us the flow of the different sort of stages of the opportunities that we currently have. And we have table, which basically shows information and compares other sort of metrics neatly. And then we have cards, which basically is just like a gauze, but just a number. But gauze has got a kind of a fluent rainbow style theme, and then the card only shows us a number, in this case, which again will be the total number of link clicks. And we have scatterplot, which basically shows us the relationship among different sort of metrics and attributes that we currently have. Right, so why are we doing this improvements, and what will be the outcome of the improvements? So basically, after the completion of the project in the second phase of the assessment, we'll be able to advance the G4 Analytics, which is Google Analytics that MIT library already uses. And then we'll be having different sort of external integration of data sources like O'Reilly, EBSCO, and if there is any new ones in the future. And then after the completion of the project, the MIT library will have a easy to use interactive dashboard for the end users, which MIT library are themselves, and then the employees involved in this. And so afterwards, we'll also be looking into trends and different sort of graphs. And after all those illustrations and analysis, MIT library will be able to make data-driven decisions out of those data that we have provided and we have fetched into a dashboard. And then finally, MIT library will be able to find out their performance indicator, which would be the biggest opportunity for them to do better in the future. Right, so future work, what we'll be doing in the next trimester and so on. Cool. So basically in the next trimester, what we'll be doing is we'll be developing various sort of dashboards according to the new vendor, if there is any subscriptions for new data providers and so on. And then we'll be transforming data using Power BI for a long period of time next trimester, and then after the visualizations, before the visualizations. And then for future work, we'll also be integrating machine learning to Power BI to actually learn the process of cleaning the data transformation after we do one of the datas, which are pretty similar to the other datas as well. And once we receive the data in the same format, Power BI will be able to clean the data in the similar fashion. Right, so and then we'll be transforming the phase into Agile method later on, because we'll be showing the product to the end user, also the MIT library, our client Lucas. And then finally at the second stage of this MIT's capstone project, we'll be doing a lot of data preparation, validation, and testing as well before the handout. Right, so what have we covered in this slide or in this PowerPoint presentation? So in this PowerPoint presentation, we basically talked through different sort of analytics dashboard that we'll be using, and we'll be building an analytic dashboard for MIT's library and enhancement on the G4 Analytics. And we'll be looking into data quality, the complexity of the data, and also we'll be presenting different sort of graphs, why are we using that and stuff. And then basically we also have decisions on why we're using Power BI. And then we provided you with a feedback of what the future work would be for the next trimester. So these are all the references for our work. And if you have any questions regarding all the presentations and everything, please feel free to comment in the video or ask us in our sessions while we go live with you in the next class. Thank you.